Yeah.
All right. Welcome, Lance Jenkins to the podcast.
Man, it's so great to be here. This is a world-renowned studio, and I've watched many an episode right in this very room. And I didn't realize just how beautiful it was, but you got a great setup here.
Oh, thank you. I've almost felt a slight bit of patriotism there. Patriotism, whatever. It's not patriotism.
I was going to say, I can be patriotic if you want me to be. No, I like it, man. I got all my liquor right behind me. Obviously, I'm good to go there. And no, you got a great setup.
Are you really getting drunk yet? Because I feel like when you get this close to liquor, you start getting drunk. You don't even have to drink any.
Well, we won't go there. Yeah, not today. I will say that I have been in this room before and had some great times, but it was before it was a studio. And a good place down here, man. I love the podcast. I will say I love the podcast, and it's very rare that I come on somebody else's show. I've been doing my own shows, but this is really fun for me.
Well, thank you. I mean, I've had to kill 5 people to get you up here. It takes me that's how long I have to.
Yeah, you got my attention.
I had to kill some of your family off to
Yeah, I understand, but like I said, I'm here. It's kind of a hostage situation, but that's okay.
Is it really? So, how have you been? Been good? I don't get to see you very often. So
I've been doing great.
You look great, by the way.
I swear, I was just looking at myself on the TV. I do look great.
I say it looks like you lost about 100 pounds. You were kind of fat at one point.
I was a little chubby.
I mean, speaking as a fat person now, so
I will say that jersey still fits you though.
Oh, thank you. I haven't. That means I haven't put on any more weight since college.
Oh, is that right? Stayed the same.
Or I went on a super cleanse before you got here, and I dropped 10 pounds.
Yeah, right. He has not eaten in 3 days.
I'm literally starving. So
it's really neat to get to do this with you because we played against each other in the CHL, and in a great rivalry. I mean, I don't know if you see it that way, but that was always fun. It was always good time.
I think I definitely think it was fun. Not a lot of people know that you and I were supposed to be teammates.
That's right. That's right.
we were this close to there not being a Spartans. And then, this is what I'm wearing now, and I don't think the Bear Dogs would have ever lost a championship.
No, I agree with that. Matter of fact, Derek Huffman just called us out. He said it's 7 minutes past. I ain't gonna read the rest, but anyway,
whatever.
Derek, we're here, and you're probably checking us out now. But matter of fact, Derek was a former Spartan. Played his whole career with the Spartans.
He did, and he did, and he's been talking mad junk that he was the best and is the best defender ever in history. It should move a little.
CHL?
Bit. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to talk about that today.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to bring that up.
I said Mike Smith is Mike Smith's gonna have some words about that.
He would have some words about that. He's certainly in the equation. I mean, we'll talk about Mike, I'm sure, today too. It's going to break the players down, but Mike certainly belongs in the conversation. And I'm sure we'll
scrub.
Yeah. No. I mean, you got to be honest here. Mike belongs in the conversation of best defenseman all time CHL history. I mean, he certainly belongs in the conversation. I mean, and when we talk about it today, he'll be included in my list. Yeah.
Well, it's funny if you look at people who actually, if you look at people that were actually like defensemen. So you have John Mitchell. The late great John Mitchell.
The late great John Mitchell. Yeah, not great anymore.
I'm just kidding, John.
Yeah.
I know you're still alive.
No, but you do have John. John's certainly in that conversation.
You have Mike.
Mike's in the conversation. Derek's in the conversation.
Derek's definitely. And it's funny because I want to say Josh Waller, maybe.
Well, I have to say, I mean, with all due respect to Josh, Josh is probably certainly in the top 4 or 5, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Josh was a big guy. Not a guy I like to skate up against. I will tell you that.
A lot of guys like to skate up against.
I vividly remember actually on 2 different occasions, and I can't not talk about Josh Waller and talk about his 2 highlights. One, what probably most notably was Mike Smith was in the penalty box, and Mike was talking some pretty serious smack, if you remember correctly.
I actually was not at this game, but I feel like I was there. I've heard the story so often.
Well,
but go ahead.
If you have not seen WrestleMania 25, the same thing happens in the Undertaker Shawn Michaels matchup. Okay, the Undertaker dives over the top rope and literally clotheslines in midair Shawn Michaels. And that's exactly what Josh Waller did to Mike Smith. Won't ever forget it. And then another occasion, I don't remember who it was. He's probably dead, but Josh Waller hit a guy so hard he spun in midair and hit his head on the column.
No, I think you have these mixed up. I think. Are you talking about Livingston?
No.
Okay.
No. But that's something we got to talk about too. I'll be here till 8 o'clock.
Okay.
But no, this was a time Josh hit a guy, and he hit the guy so hard that he literally just, went. It was like a fan in midair, and he hit his head on the column on the far side where the offices were in that building, and I'll never forget that. And but Josh Waller, he was a beast. I think the technical ability is what might keep him out of that conversation of greatest all time.
Okay.
But so far as the guy I didn't want to skate up against, nobody made that list more than Josh Waller.
Not Derek. Derek didn't is scary as much as Josh.
Derek's a tough guy, actually he didn't. But Derek was the best defender on that team, hands down, best defender for the Spartans, no doubt about that. Certainly belongs in the conversation, greatest of all time, and we'll get to see Derek play. As a matter of fact, all three of those guys will be playing.
Except Josh. I don't think Josh is coming.
No, I'm talking about Derek, John, and Mike.
Yes.
All three of the people that I would put in my top three of all time will be playing in a reunion.
It's funny
game
is I
this
can't.
Saturday.
I was about to say I couldn't name a whaler, and I forgot that Mike sold out and left your team to try to chase a chip.
That's exactly right. And 0 titles later, he will join us next week. And I don't even know if they
didn't win one. I think after that, after Billy Squires, they didn't win another.
No, they didn't win another one. Mike thought they were Golden State, but they were instead the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Oh, that's cold blooded.
Yeah, well, that's the truth. But Mike has had a lot of success in hockey after the CHL.
True.
He's still playing now. I think he's playing ice hockey now.
He is. He got into ice hockey finally. Yes.
Yeah, so he's playing ice hockey, and
which I think he's going to be vastly mistaken of how hard it is to come back to inline.
Well, I think Mike finds himself in a totally different place now than he was 8 years ago. 8 years ago, Mike found him. Mike often would be actually not found himself. He would actually be found urinating in bathrooms in the residence halls at Chowan. But now he's doing great. He's got a great marriage. He's playing ice hockey. Great job. Yeah. He's turned himself up, hadn't he?
There's only one place to go when you're on the bottom is up. So
that is true. And Mike. No, you had a tough time in this. Matter of fact, Mike was my roommate.
I know. I heard. Yeah, I heard he did some things.
Yeah, but that will not get discussed on this show today. But Mike is one of my best friends.
Yeah,
and he belongs in the conversation. Best defender of all time. He would say that that's an insult. I think it's a compliment.
Oh, also, so hi, Stephanie. By the way, I noticed you said hi. Sorry.
Hey, Stephanie.
Yeah. Sorry. I hope you and Derek still aren't eating dinner, because I know that him and I were ruining that about 10 minutes ago. He was texting me the whole time. She sent me a picture of him texting me.
Well, where do they live? They live close to me.
They live right near Greensboro.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Well, of course, I just moved to Greensboro, and of course, the CHL reunion game. What we're talking about is this Saturday.
Is it bad? I feel like I've only been around you 5 minutes, and I'm already getting my Southern accent back.
I can hear it right over there. I can hear you talking like you're from Southeast Virginia.
Like I say when I say Greensboro, I say Greensboro.
Greensboro, like where we went to college was Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro, yeah.
Murfreesboro.
Yep.
But no, Derek's been driving around all day looking for skates, from what I hear. And Brooks Williams has tried to be planning his itinerary. I've noticed on the reunion
High
page.
Point. They live in High Point, North Carolina.
High Point. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it's just right next door to Greensboro.
Excuse me, Stephanie. I'm sorry if we offended you from the location.
Yeah,
sorry.
and but we're right next door to Greensboro. You
can look up there. You're like,
yeah. I look like I'm looking up to the heavens.
I don't want you to hurt your neck. You keep doing this.
Yeah, I don't know where to look. I see a camera, but I'm like, they're not.
They're there technically. They're right there. Little did you know, they can see in your
I
soul.
bet Mike's looking at me right now. We're making eye contact.
Nope, just to see.
Mike will swear up and down he did not watch this live. I will promise you that.
He asked me to send him a text. I sent him and John a text with the link. So
good deal.
Speaking of the devil, I hope we have a post-game show. Settle this conversation.
Look, Mike, let's have a post-game show, brother. Let's do this.
I
got nothing to hide.
You know, Karen's gonna be pissed at you because she was like, "Don't encourage Dan for this." Now it sounds like you're
down here in the first 15 minutes.
You're encouraging me to bring my mic and
Oh yeah, my Apple Watch. I can't get used to this thing. You know.
Oh man, my Fitbit tells me when.
I thought it was something about the show, but it's not. It's about my dinner tonight, but that can wait. But Mike, you want to have a post game show, brother? Let's have a post game show. Look at that. Oh, God, Mike, I look at this camera lens and I can just feel you there.
Shivers my timber.
I ain't gonna lie, I got chills come over me right now when he said he was looking. Oh my gosh, Greg Cox. But you know, honestly, Mike, I mean, let's do this. Let's do a post game show. That'd be fun. Right. I'll bring my stuff. And we'll do a post game show. Oh, that's right.
I don't think we'll have time to do one there because we're going.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah. We'll do a post. We'll figure something out.
Do like a quick half hour one.
You want to go on the air with us, Mike? We'll make it happen.
All right. So do you want to get these out of the way now? These rosters. I think the 7 people that are coming might be.
Might be interested in seeing. I say we go ahead and do it. Yeah. Okay. You know. So
right.
And by the way, for the record, I'm looking forward to breaking this down because I don't know who the teams are. Excited about it.
Lance took the easy way out and was like, Dan, will you do this? When I asked him if he put the rosters together, he goes, no, by the way, do you want to do it? Thank you, by the way.
Oh, but man, I thought it'd be good to, you know,
what you did? You just took all the onus off you so nobody can say you rigged it.
No.
Like the last game.
I will say this, no matter what the teams are, I'm going to defend them. I am. So if anybody's got anything to say, the best not say it to me because I'm going to defend you. But, you know, a lot of people, I think it's real neat that you're here and we're here doing this together because there's a lot of people that were instrumental in starting the CHL. Mm-hmm. But Dan Shaver was one of the most influential. And so I think it's fitting that you be able to set the teams up. Ain't that a cop out and a compliment?
Yes, it was like an insult wrapped in a compliment.
That's right. I painted that very nicely.
Did you learn that from me?
I did. Yes, I did. I learned a lot from you, Dan. I also learned that there's people out at Chowan that don't particularly care for you, like Carl Grubb. But we'll talk about Carl later.
But dang, Grubb!
Put the nightstick down, Carl.
Oh my God, that was so fun. I'll fucking kill you.
That definitely got said verbatim. I'm quite certain. But
Derek,
it's Derek. Oh gosh. Well, let's do it.
All right. So,
you've got this memorized?
I do actually have.
Okay. So where the notes?
I don't need notes, bro.
All right. I
don't have their numbers remembered. You might have to chime in with the numbers when I say the name.
And I can also tell you, if you don't already know, what team they played for predominantly.
I do know that.
All right.
When we get some of these new scrubs that I didn't play with, then you can have to chime in with those nobodies I don't know about.
Okay.
So we'll say what color? What are the main colors?
Don't mention who they are.
What are the colors of the jerseys? The home and away.
Okay, so actually, it's really neat. The jerseys are a sweet thing. I think everybody's going to really like this. Okay. Everybody's getting a home and away jersey.
Okay.
All right. But the color, there'll be one team wearing the colors of whatever their team was, and one team wearing white with the secondary color, the color of their team. And everybody will get one, but the point is that so there will be a multicolor team.
Okay.
And then there'll be a white team.
Okay. So white team, a la the KKK team, will be
Jesus. Go ahead.
I'm just kidding. Calm down. Sorry, the Charlottesville team.
Right.
I mean,
that's much better.
The captain of that team will be Mike Smith.
Wow. So we stopping there and breaking this down?
If you want. Well, I figured he didn't get enough acknowledgement in his own. So
finally was the first draft pick. He will not be able to sleep tonight.
Racist, John. Racist.
Mike Smith, number 1 for that team. That's a big addition. We talked about Mike already.
Yeah, we did.
Mike's a great defender, but he's also a defender who can score.
True.
And I don't know. He might in ice hockey. He might have transitioned. Matter of fact, I'd love his feedback, but he might have transitioned to a more offensive role. I don't know, but he's a double threat.
Sure, it goes both ways.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
So Mike Smith, who we got on the other team?
So he might not be somebody's first draft pick, but he's going to be mine. Greg Cox on the multicolor team.
Greg Cox. Okay. Yeah. So Greg actually made his debut in 2010.
Okay.
In the second era of the CHL.
Okay.
When we were playing over the Woodland Armory.
I never actually got to play there, but.
Yep. And well, it wasn't anything exciting. And Greg wears number 24.
All right.
I won't tell you his size, but I have that here. And he played for a team known as the Yetis. They were a second era CHL team. And so he'll be representing that second era because the rest of the guys that day will be wearing the original CHL team's colors. So that's neat. Greg Cox.
Yep, Greg Cox. So, and on the other team, we have CW on white team.
CW. All right. Now, we could talk all day if it's okay. Yeah. We could talk all day about goaltenders, but there's obviously that obviously gives away who the goalie is for the other team. But I will say this. CW was the best goaltender in league history, whether we like it or not. If you think your goaltender was better, if I think my goaltender was better, it's not. I just totally don't think so.
Well, I mean, he did play on my team at one point.
Well, true. Yeah, that's very true. He started his career with you guys, but then he had his own team, and that's where he's played most of his career. But I will say this, that hands down, you might have had guys win more games.
Yeah.
But CW was the best goaltender in the CHL, in my opinion.
He's probably one of the actual only people that started as a goaltender. Oh, Derek says I drafted him. That must have been after I was gone.
See, Derek was a great general man. It wasn't after you were gone. You were there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you were there. You were in that picture.
Okay.
Yeah. But Derek must have. He's claiming he made the decision.
Okay. Well, sorry. I have the best looking draft pick ever drafted, Kevin Welch. Thank you. Sorry.
I have seen that picture recently. Obviously,
yeah. We looked. You had the shaggiest hair.
God, what was I doing? I don't have a clue how a single female find me interesting at that point. I mean, maybe not even now, but
I'm pretty sure some men did, but we don't know.
Well, that's very possible. I had it was a bad look. Let's put it that way.
I did all the work. Dan's just there.
I believe that, Derek. Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got to have a face, okay?
It's because Dan wasn't there officially until spring.
See?
Oh, okay. Wait a second. You're right. Matter of fact, I stand corrected.
See?
You came back.
Yes.
That is right, actually. Derek did make that pick. I remember that. And CW, that's already good news for the white team.
So we know Jason will be on
obviously
this other team. Okay?
And let's talk about him for a second too. You know, a guy who has never played hockey in his life. First time I saw him on skates, I was like, this ain't good. You know?
Remember, well, we worked him out. Remember that whole summer? He would come back when we were trying to go to Greensboro the first time.
Well, Jason's a hard worker in any sport he's ever played, and that's hockey was no exception. And that's why he became probably the all-time winningest. I don't know this, but probably led in wins as a goaltender in the league, and really became a top-notch goalie. So it will be neat to see the two playing one another again.
True. I mean, they obviously can't be on the same team. We don't have enough.
Obviously,
Carlos Love can't skate, so he can't play.
Right. So, but it'll be interesting to see. Well, of course, let's stop for a minute and recognize that the CHL is one of the few leagues where you didn't have to skate to play goalie.
True. If you want to sacrifice your toes, you could play in shoes.
Yeah, well, that is true. Yeah, and
but it was play at your own risk at that point.
I don't know if you remember Jackson Ferretti.
Yes, I do.
And of course, Jackson, as far as I know, is not going to be, but he's certainly in the conversation of great goalies in the league. Greatest
goalie blowups, probably. Didn't he have a blow up or two?
Yeah, probably. We had a lot of goalies.
Well, obviously, Grubb has the best blow up, I think.
Yeah, probably. When he screamed, "I'm going to kill you, Dan," but I don't actually. I actually disagree.
Are you going to say Calzaretta?
If you don't mind, since we're talking about goalies, let's just stop right there.
Stonewall
Jackson. And break Stonewall Jack. Yeah, and break down probably one of the greatest love stories of all time in the CHL. Mike Calzaretta, the Italian stallion, playing for the Bear Dogs at the time. I could tell he was all flustered that evening.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Well, his girlfriend at the time, they're now married, have children together.
That's good. That's good they stay together.
I won't say, it is. And I won't say her name, but because she's not in the league, so she's not subjected to all this. But she was standing in the balcony and second level seating.
Yes, well, we were so crowded.
That's right. Yeah, she was up there, and then matter of fact, we were playing the Spartans. Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. That's why I said I don't remember what was going on, but I remember the end result.
I do remember this. So Shane Bowman was just talking all kinds of junk, really just trying to get into.
He should be also considered. He was a pretty good goalie.
He was good. I mean, he definitely. I mean, we don't have that many goaltenders to play in the league, but he'd certainly be in my top 5.
True. Okay,
no
but go back.
But Shane was just trying to get into the head of Mike Calzaretta, and he achieved that. Calzaretta just came out of net and just kind of started running towards him. I mean, the night ended with him breaking his hand because he punched a column on the way out the building.
I mean, but I do remember he ran into Derek and Josh.
That is true.
Before he could even
didn't go anywhere after that, obviously. But,
I mean, to mean. There were a lot of great people, but those are the best seats.
Those were the best seats. I agree. You could see everything that was going on up there.
And you didn't. And there was almost probably you weren't going to hit with the ball.
No, probably not. Which, matter of fact, is I'm glad you brought that up too, because we did play with a ball in the CHL. The entire CHL history played with a ball.
Yeah.
That will not be the case.
Yes. IDS puck. Actually,
right.
I have one over here. I can grab it. All right. So we're back to white team. We have Mike. We have CW. All right. Who do we have next over there? Tony Ernest. Okay. Yes.
You want to talk about a guy who has really defied the odds in the CHL. Tony Ernest was the kind of guy that you could take a steel chair, hit him in the face. He might lose a few teeth, but he'd turn around and smile at you. I mean, that guy would not stop. And he was definitely the best offensive player.
Whoa. Sorry, I mean, Josh Waller's in the building. Sorry.
Oh, first off, whoa. Josh Waller
did get louder when he was standing behind me and Derek.
I probably believe that. Yeah. I would probably say anything I wanted if I was standing behind Derek and Josh. You know, that's pretty cool. Good to have Josh in the building. So we've got Tony Ernest. Yeah, Tony's if you remember correctly, Tony was the guy for the Hammerheads.
Yes.
The expansion team.
I thought Mike Edwards was.
Well, yeah, he played with them. He was, I mean, no offense to Mike, but he kind of wavered between the Whalers and the Hammerheads, and just a little flaky. I mean, Tony was a hockey player. Yeah, Tony was a tough guy. Yeah. He
wiry.
He skated hard. You know, Mike was more of a finesse guy, but CHL was not a finesse league. Let's be honest. I mean, if you were going to only play finesse hockey, you're going to be limited. And that's why I think I was limited in the league, because I just was not a brute like Derek and John. I mean, those guys could do anything they wanted because
they played football.
They could do anything they wanted because they could skate, they could shoot, and people did not want to skate up against them. You know? So, I mean, and that's where, of course, I had less weight on me then. I was skinny. I had a little gut, but I mean, I was skinny. You know, I didn't have any muscle mass or anything, and they had everything.
So quick side note: I heard Derek put you into one of the goalposts at one point. He told me earlier.
Goalposts?
He hit you.
I remember getting hit into one of the posts on the side.
Okay, maybe that was it. But
if I hadn't had a helmet, I'd have died.
I know Derek said you were coming on something range and your head hit the post, and I'm assuming he meant goalpost, or maybe he meant that.
I don't. He may say differently here in just a minute, but said, yeah, the other Bash brother is here. But honest, John Mitchell's been here the whole time.
Yeah. John Mitchell, quiet assassin. You know, he took me out. We took my eye out with one shot. I do want to talk
about John today. We're going to have some conversations about that. But, you know, in all honesty, Tony, getting back to Tony, because we're talking about the teams.
Deke was a great whaler. Deke, one move Deke. Edwards.
Deke was a great whaler. Yeah. You know? But I just remember his time with the Hammerheads being kind of short-lived and flaky. But Tony was the guy.
Like my sex life.
Yeah, Tony was the guy. And you know, he's a great addition. Him and Mike, if they can warm up together and get some chemistry built, they might be dangerous.
All right. So back to the other team, we have Lance Jenkins on the multicolored team.
Very disappointing. Go ahead.
Very disappointing. Oh, okay.
No. I'm saying for them.
Oh, okay. And then we have John Mitchell on the white team.
Wow, me and John playing across the aisle from one another. John was one of my greatest teammates. You know,
he was the greatest team. He also, if you had to like sub a goalie in for one of those top five, I would put John in there. Whenever you put him in there, because he had to sub for y'all goalie a couple times, at least when I was there. Yeah. John somehow became a brick wall when he was there. He's got the worst knees in the world, but somehow stopped everything.
John was very he'd just do anything you needed him to.
Yeah.
You know,
he's your utility knife.
He was a utility knife. Yep. And that's probably why, I mean, honestly, he would grind, and that's probably why we won some titles, because John was a force.
Yeah.
You know, and certainly in the conversation.
Oh, I'm coming for you, LJ.
Hey, man, I'm sitting here paying you compliments. I mean, you know, but I would like to take a step back and recognize that John and Mike will be playing on the same team.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
Oh, he said that Mike said that LJ special going to be shut down.
Mike, unfortunately for you, you have got nothing but talk there, because you ain't ever done anything but watch the LJ special happen right in front of your face. I mean, you've
your face.
You've never shut it down. You've never don't tag me in. You've never ever shut that down. So I mean, you ain't nothing but talk. I mean, you're in Greenville, North Carolina right now, while just doing all this talk. Wow, I spent 4 years of my life doing the LJ special on you. Okay, you know, whatever.
Oh Lord!
What else we got? Mike's coming back.
Okay. Brooks.
Josh, that's exactly right. It does usually blow by Mike. That's why we will have the post game show with video highlights. Okay,
All right.
fine, no problem.
Right, so
no problem.
What do we have? I'm trying to think.
We just talked about John is joining CW, Tony, and Mike. That's a strong team right now.
Okay. CW, Tony, Mike, John.
Yep.
Brooks on their team.
Brooks on their team as well. So he's on the white team.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So Brooks is opposite of Greg Cox then, who both played on the Yetis in the post Hawks Nest Braves Den era.
Yeah.
Of
that way they can take shots at each other. It's nice to split the teams up a little bit sometimes.
That'll be good.
Yeah. That way you can get maybe you can go a little at John for once.
Yeah, I will go at John. John, I mean, I will tell you that I see you said, "Love you, brother. I love you too," but this ain't gonna bode well for you, brother. So 6 days, man, make it happen because I'll be there.
And then Derek Huffman on the. I said Derek already. I said Derek already, right?
Derek on whose team?
On the color team.
Oh wow,
he was the first one. I thought I said
no,
second.
No, for a color team, you said Derek. Now, me. Yeah. Greg Cox and Jason Villegas.
Okay. Yeah.
That's shaping up. That's shaping up. Derek's a guy I've never played with outside of the Chowan team.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna look forward to that. And lives close by, just like me, to where it's being held. So,
all right. So is there who's left? I had all the lists.
Well, there it is, right there.
He's not coming.
Well, I don't know if you forgot, but you're playing, I think.
Yeah.
And John Hartman's not playing. Is she playing?
No.
Okay. And so
I thought we should have one more. I thought maybe I'm missing somebody.
Yeah. No, I think
because I'm on your team.
Wow, we're playing together.
This will be a first, yes.
Mike, I swear I hate this for you.
Maybe my math's off. I had it added up.
They'll never believe I didn't know this before I got here, but I truly did. Look at this. Awesome, dead air. Mike, stop being cheap and upgrade that internet connection from dial-up.
I got Cox. That's a horrible internet.
Probably, yeah.
Or Time Warner, whatever that is.
Yeah, they are horrible, but we ain't gonna go there. But
rigged.
I mean, you hold on. All right. First off, let's look at the teams again. Let's break them down now that we got everything out. So on the multicolor team or the dark team,
we'll start with goalie. We have Jason.
Okay.
Greg. You, Derek, myself.
Okay.
That's 5.
Yep.
So there should be 3 of us and 1 sub.
Okay.
All right. And then on the other team, you have CW, Mike, John, Brooks,
Tony.
5.
That's gonna be a good game.
I think it's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a good game. Yeah.
I did one of these, and I'll say why I did the goalie was Jason hadn't played a game in 4 years.
That is very true. Yeah.
Jason hadn't played a game in 4 years. CW has been playing hockey.
Yep.
So it's not like I just stacked a team full of people. I don't know. The Mikes have been playing more than I have. I took a year off.
I've been playing some.
You've been playing some. Yeah.
Not probably not as much.
And I don't know how much of Tony. I haven't really talked to Tony. So.
Well, and Mike. I think having Mike as their I mean, with all due respect to everybody else, Mike's probably their number 1 guy. And
for once,
and
double rigged.
And then look at that. I thought that sales pitch might work, but it didn't. But let's talk Mike, okay? Because I can see you're chiming in. You're probably the most talented player on the team that's still playing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Derek Huffman has publicly acknowledged in just the last moment he didn't sell it. Derek has not played hockey since
college.
So that was at least 09 or 10. Well,
he hasn't had a stick since then. I just bought him a stick.
We're talking 9 years. You got a guy in CW who still knows how to goaltend. Not that Jason doesn't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's been a while for Jason. So 3-time ice hockey champion.
In the lowest division in the world, you can play North Carolina.
3-time. Mike said he's a 3-time ice hockey champion, and I'm like, yeah, I bet he wrote that story. I mean, he started telling himself that lie so much he's believing it. Now, I actually have seen the videos of photos of Mike. Mike's been playing ice hockey. So
video games don't count, Mike.
Video games don't count. Yeah, video games don't count, Mike. But in all honesty, I think Mike is doing pretty good. So he brings a lot to the table. John is still an athlete, so he'll be fine. And a guy like Tony's still skinny.
Yeah.
So he's not hauling around the weight the rest of us are hauling around. So I actually think it sounds to me like
I'm pretty sure John Mitchell is probably in pretty good shape. Granted, he smokes a lot of cigarettes, but I'm pretty sure he's in pretty good shape. I don't think he probably weighs more than 5 pounds more than he did in college.
I'm just saying that the cigarette thing is not going to affect Mike Smith. I mean, John Mitchell, because John smoked between every intermission of every CHL game in history. So I seriously doubt that the cigarettes have any more adverse effect on him now than they did.
Now. Oh,
now that's something we got to break down, because I don't know how that'll help him. You know, the cigarettes really did it for him.
What's in that vape, John?
Vaping, if he's vaping, that might that. Maybe it's not as even as I thought.
if I look over to the middle of the game and I hear, I'm just going like, Jesus Christ.
3-time ice hockey
Don't forget
champion.
the juice box.
I vape now. Honestly, I mean, I think the two teams sound good to me. I mean, I think they'll be fun. And one thing I do like about it is that if you look at the two teams, in most cases, the guys didn't play together in the CHL.
No.
So that should be cool. Now, you look at you and Derek, that's one thing, but then look at CW and Tony, that's another thing. Yeah. I don't see any other combos to where guys play together that are playing on the same team.
Nothing against Derek. Derek was not an offensive threat in the game. Oh,
God, here we go.
I love you, Derek. But even Derek will admit, Derek was a shutdown defenseman.
Well, that was his specialty.
Yeah, Derek could move up puck, but he was not known for his deking ability and he's agile. No, he's agile, but he wasn't like with a puck very agile.
Yeah. You know but he was what you needed.
Yes. Yeah. So to expect Derek to be putting up 5 goals in this game would be something I would not expect.
Yeah. Well, what
I do expect him is to put Mike Smith on his ass at once.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead. I want to ask.
No. You go ahead.
We're having a ref. So is there any contact allowed? Or are we playing where you can rub along the boards, but you can't actually hit?
Well, that's a great question, because as usual, I do talk to the referee. I did talk to the referee before the game, and I did go ahead and pay him. So, I'm kidding. In all honesty, we do have a referee. He knows the game of hockey. He runs the Sportsplex there in Greensboro, so he's going to be reffing the game for us the entire time. One thing about this guy who's doing that is he asked me, he said, look, I want to know, like, how serious do I need to call this? And I said, and if anybody disagrees, go right ahead and tell me. But I said, well, most of these guys are used to not much being called. I said, so just kind of, anything serious probably needs to get called. So I think it's going to be a loose game for that reason. And I think he knows the point of this game. So I think there's some room for activity.
Oh, okay. So I'm definitely gonna put Mike into the boards. It's like Josh.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. I mean, like,
especially from Dirty Dan. Oh my God.
Mike has been the victim for 15 years.
I still get this 10 whatever years after the CHL's been over that I was like the dirtiest player in the CHL.
You know what? Since Josh brought that up, I have never paid a referee. Okay, hold on. I've never paid a referee.
You didn't pay Cowboy?
But I did not pay Cowboy. But I will tell you this. Okay, I will say this. Looking back,
there was collusion at one point. I was involved.
In the words of Trump, there was no collusion. But I will say this. Okay, do I think they probably gave my team some calls because of my relationship with them? Very likely. And that's the closest I'm coming, Mike, Josh, or anybody from the Spartans or Whalers, to ever saying that was collusion. No collusion on my part.
I think Derek and I actually got accused of rigging a game once. We were reffing a game. We got accused of rigging one once.
Did I accuse you of that?
I don't know if it was you or somebody else. Somebody accused us of all the calls.
It sounds like Mike Smith would have said something like that.
Dan and I were the best.
I will actually agree. You and Dan were very good refs, Derek. Mike wasn't a great ref because Mike never actually stayed to help anybody. But I know I'm going to take some heat for that. Mike was always there. You remember, like, this CHL was a production. It wasn't just we show up, we play hockey. You got to get there at 4:30 just to move the chairs
and the couches.
Yeah, and the couches. And the first season, part of the couches were in the middle.
I got just a penalty. No, I just got penalty for being a hoss.
You know what? That's actually true.
The Josh Brown, just a hoss, Josh. Just a hoss.
I believe that Josh Waller probably took some penalties in his CHL career
because
he was a big guy. I actually believe that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, remember we had those cushions in the middle of the floor?
Yeah, but it was a soft spot. That was the early days. And you know what? I'm going to go on the record here to say something that I've never said publicly, and it's going to probably get out.
What?
Okay. But I think the CHL and the guys that are watching this thing right now and the guys that will be there this week, they are the reason people started using that building again. And it got snatched right from under us.
Probably.
It's true. I mean, nobody ever went in there my freshman year, and suddenly everybody wanted to go, not to watch hockey necessarily, but it was starting to get used again. I've always kind of felt a little disservice from that. But hey, I mean, I'm 31 years old now, not 22. Who gives a rip, you know? But at any rate, I had some good times there, and I think the CHL in large part helped turn that building around.
Well, I mean, I will say that, like we were talking, Karen and I were talking earlier, and Derek was talking to me saying, so we were talking about certain things, and I was saying that you guys were probably the fan favorite. The Bear Dogs were most likely, definitely.
Can't wait to see comments on that one.
Most likely, definitely the fan favorite. And I was telling Derek that I think we, the Spartans, were more of a spectacle. And when
y'all were definitely a spectacle.
And I say that is that. And Derek was telling that everybody came to watch our games, and I was like, I don't think necessarily everybody came to watch our games. It was because it was the fact that we got teams so mad, it got the people come in to eat dinner, and they're like, I don't know, is there a fight going to break out in this game? I might have to stay and watch this.
That's right. I mean, what's better than watching a fight that can legally happen on campus and having chicken tenders and fries? Nothing.
Granted, no punches were thrown during our games, but we got teams real mad.
Yes, you did. Yeah. I can willingly admit that the Spartans got on my last nerve from time to time. I don't understand why. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, y'all were very good at getting into the head of your opponents, but I look back at, I don't know, I was at a different place, but Pretty Boy Jenkins, is that what Mike Smith just called me, Pretty Boy Jenkins? But by the way,
I mean, I did make it a mission to every now and then make sure I stood over Jason, whoever your goalie was, at the end of every play, just
probably guided to him
a little bit. But then, like I'd take a little extra hook on you every now and then, or a little. I did get called for cross checking you in a championship game I lost once.
I remember that. And I remember. I don't remember any of the rest of it.
I was so mad.
Yeah,
I was so mad. We just blew it that game, and I just hauled off. And like you, I'm not gonna lie, you went down like a tree.
I know I did. I'm sure I did. I had no strength either. I mean, I was just like look, so a couple of things, comments here I want to touch on. It's all right. We're still going.
Right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Derek Huffman, agree 100%. The only reason the floor got fixed was because of us. That is true. Yes. That is true. I mean, I don't think anybody, we're all to thank for that, you know, when they kicked us out, but that's all right. And then he flopped and sold it.
I mean, I did cross check him pretty hard.
Yeah,
I do. I openly know, and it was the only time I didn't argue a call.
No, actually, Josh, I was pretty weak so, at that point in my life. So I probably just flailed over. But anyway, we had some good times.
I swear to God that with that though, I got like Karen. I get that, and I got told that I still get shit from Karen for picking on Mike Edwards. Apparently, I used to pick on Mike Edwards all the time, and people that couldn't skate, I made sure that their lives are miserable.
That's the thing, see, I loved about the CHL is that it was a league that was not just for the avid hockey player. It was for the guy who just wanted to try something different, who might have just gotten out of jail and said, I'd like to do something different with my life.
I feel like, who was it?
Marty.
Yes. He'd go to jail the weekends.
We'd be like, where's Marty, man? We're trying to play pickup on Sunday. Oh, no, Marty's getting out of jail tonight. Oh, okay. I mean,
happens when you're drinking Murphy's, bro.
But you know, the CHL came a long way in a short time, and it was because everybody was all into it. You know, I mean, the guys that are sitting here talking right now, all of them were into it. It was so much fun. You know, and also I joked on Mike. Mike was always there. Mike and a bunch of us would get there at 4:30. We'd set everything up. We'd go eat dinner. We'd come back. It was a production. I mean, there's a lot.
I would say that it's funny because like I'm friends with more of y'all now than I was when I was in college from playing in Chowan.
Mhm.
And the only reason I know most of y'all is from playing in the hockey league. But it's funny. I don't mean to shit on the Whalers, but y'all were the worst at putting the chairs back together. Y'all were horrible at that. First
I don't
team.
mean any harm by it, but the reason that was the case is because Travis Yeager did never do anything. He'd show up, play, and leave.
Yeah.
But, there was some guys like Travis there was a sector of players in the CHL like Travis. Matt Rayner. Matt would show up about halfway through the first period. We'd be down 7 goals, and we'd come back and tie it, and then he would leave, and it was hard to complain because I'm like, gosh, we couldn't probably do it without him, But I mean, there was so many guys that won't be there this weekend too.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the guys that are going to be there will be there.
Yeah. So just because we're just kind of reminiscing, who would say had the hardest shot in the league?
Hardest shot?
Yeah.
Matt Holloman.
I think Matt Holloman had a harder shot than Josh Waller.
I mean, when you look at a guy like Matt and he had a harder shot, Josh, he certainly had close.
Josh,
okay? Yeah, I can say it's close.
Josh dropped a guy. I'm pretty sure it was Mike in the visor. Hit him in the visor with a shot and dropped him on his ass.
If it wasn't Mike, let's just say it was Mike.
I'm pretty sure it was Mike.
But I think Josh. Yeah, that's probably it. I will say this: the person with the hardest shot was definitely on the Spartans. No doubt about that. Yeah, Matt Rayner had a good shot, but it wasn't. It didn't compare.
Also, I liked when I looked back at how your face-off setup was the most illegal setup ever.
They never called it.
I'm gonna stand with my front skate directly next to where you drop the puck off, so I have an immediate passing opportunity.
That doesn't work that way
anymore. The
most
illegal face-off move I've ever seen in my life.
And I didn't do that because it was illegal. I don't think I knew the game well enough at that point. But now, I mean, the leagues I play in now, I know you can't.
You try to line up, they'd be like, just turn your feet around.
Which I have actually tried to line up like that. I'm like, well, let's just give it a shot. I'm the Ric Flair of hockey. Okay, I'll see what I can get away with. But no, they did. They nixed that with my. Matter of fact, I remember when the ball got in the crease. I mean, if it was loose, it was fair game.
Yeah.
And a lot of leagues now, kind of house rules are. If it's in the crease, we're not all swatting at the goalie.
I think they have to see. A lot of refs I've played with, at least up here, there was one where I was playing in a game where the puck was literally visible, stuck under a guy's pad, and you could see it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't whack at it, and then he blew the whistle. He was like, "I was giving you a chance." It's like, if I put my stick under this guy's pad and yank, someone's gonna hit me.
Yeah. Well, I can see that, and So I mean, it was just a lot of things like that in the CHL we got away with.
Apparently, you put a scar on Derek's arm. Apparently, I don't know.
Hey, John Mitchell said, "How many one-timers did we score with it? A record number. I can tell you that
it was because you had Rayner stay so far out. Couldn't on the face-off. You couldn't get to him fast enough.
It was right. It was either, and of course, you could take a slap shot anywhere on that rink. I mean, it was only like 50 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe longer than that.
It's a little wider than the rink we're playing on, actually.
Right. Well, the rink we're playing on this weekend is going to be longer. Maybe a little wider.
Is it? I thought it was more narrow than when we played on. I thought we played on. Well,
it's a little more narrow than the Hawks was, but it is longer.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But anyway, I think John, we scored a lot. What'd Stephanie say here? It was before Derek tried to kill Lance. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about, but that does sound like the CHL. I will say that. That's why he got mad and pushed him into the column. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Oh.
You have to understand that I had a head injury, so I don't really remember all of that.
I'm pretty sure I've had at least 2 concussions from that league.
Oh, there's no, I mean, I'm surprised nobody died. And since we're talking about that, let's talk about Dale Livingston. Probably the most infamous moment in the history. It was a turning point for the CHL.
I can't believe Dr. White didn't blow it dead right then.
Well, and that is why it was a turning point, because at that point in CHL history, the college was really starting to embrace the CHL. Like, wow, this is a neat thing. I mean, we've got a hockey league here in Northeastern North Carolina. We were featured in the Virginian Pilot. I don't know if you remember, that was a story on us and what we were doing. It was pretty cool. And then Dr. White brought a guest to a game one night, and it was at that game that Matt Rayner
decapitated almost.
Yeah, hit a guy. He hit Dale Livingston so hard the guy was out cold.
He spun and hit the post. He hit the pylon in the air and then landed face down.
And honestly did not move for almost a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was, I don't know if anybody else remembers that's chiming in on the show, but I will never forget. And it was a turning point because at that point we were kind of on our own. We were the thugs, you know.
I think we were. I think I was reffing that game with Derek.
Yeah, I was there because I remember where I was standing.
Playing. I think if Rayner was in it, you were playing.
Oh, that's right.
So if Rayner hit him,
yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, I was playing. I was definitely there then, and I will never ever forget that. But that's some great memories.
You know what we didn't mention though is a goalie though. It was Kyle Adams.
Yeah, Kyle was a great. Kyle played for you guys that first year.
He didn't. He wanted to start his own team. Apparently, we have a history of people that joining our team and want to start new teams after they play with us. Well, CW.
Yeah, and of course, you know, Mike did that with. Well, he didn't want to start a team, but you guys did have a lot of that. Kyle wanted to start his own team. I don't know that Kyle ended up playing much longer after he played one season.
Yeah,
and it just the first season he was pretty strong, but I think when the shooting got better.
Yeah. Well, the net, we actually got an actual net.
Yeah.
So we actually had corners.
Well, right. And
we didn't have a net that you hit the yellow part that it bent backwards anymore.
Where did I get them things from? It was like
it was soccer nets. They were little. Whenever we had to tape them down, we had to tape them down.
Well, I remember one afternoon, Derek. It was a Sunday afternoon. The goals had busted up, so Derek Huffman and I went to Ace Hardware.
His mom was there.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, his mom was there and we built goals out of PVC.
That's right. Yeah.
I was there.
Exactly. You went with us to Ace too?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were there.
Yeah. I helped you do it. I gave you the spec essentially of how to do it.
How did I not know you were there if you gave me the spec? I apologize. Yeah.
Remember, you've had a couple of
selective memory. Yeah. That's CTE is a problem with the people from CHL. But no, we had a great time. There's just so many memories. And I'm pretty pumped about this weekend. I really am. I mean, it should be a lot of fun. He said, yeah, those were great goals. Kyle just took up the, okay, I'm not reading that.
You just read it out loud. They can hear you. There's a microphone in front of your face.
I know, but I didn't read it all. Lance was torn, wanted to cheer, but maintained his political face with the fact. I will actually willingly admit that was probably correct. But I couldn't be farther from that guy today, but nonetheless.
I mean, you were Mr. Chowan. You can't deny that.
Well, I think the tough thing was it was a hard life to balance. You know,
good.
I mean, we were looked at as after that moment, we were looked at as the thugs. Okay, and I was right in the heart of it. You know, but then at the same time, I had to play another part, and it was stupid. I mean, but I had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, and my best memory, honest to God, my best memory from college was probably playing in this league with these guys, and I had a great time.
Josh did shatter the post because we were using inline pucks on PVC, which doesn't work, especially when you're Josh Waller. All right, it took me this long to realize the last 2 years I was giving Josh the wrong spec on his stick to use. I was like, yeah, Josh, you need like an 85 flex stick. No, because he snapped 3 of mine. Come to find out now, no, this big bitch needed 110 flex.
110 flex.
They make that. That's a shit that Chara uses.
Nope. I'm glad to see Josh chiming in.
Yeah.
I wish he maybe would make it. I don't know where he's at, but
yeah.
But real quick, can I talk about the jerseys?
Go ahead.
Okay, so everybody gets a home and an away jersey. So if you're wearing white during the game, you still get a colored jersey as well. And so the jerseys are actual kind of almost redesigns of the original jerseys. So they'll pay homage to the original jerseys, but they'll look, which Dan is wearing right now. I'm wearing a Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, $4.88 from Walmart.
And this moment is priceless.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. I mean, this thing will sell after this podcast. But no, in all seriousness,
I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Bidding starts at $100, but
Jesus,
that's all right. But all proceeds go to Dan, but nonetheless, he's wearing an original jersey. And so it will pay homage to your original jersey, but it will have a redesigned kind of more new modern look. So it'll be cool.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm definitely interested. Anything is better, not to be mean, than those jerseys we wore at that tournament. They were so hot.
Oh, yeah. It's funny you bring that up. So the first time, the 2 reunions that have been held so far could not have been, in my opinion, held in more appropriate places.
I thought we had one.
I'm saying including this one.
Okay.
All right. So the first one was in 2011. in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, in the old Kmart. We built a hockey rink. We literally built a hockey rink, and it was a piece of trash. Okay, and so I say that to say that makes sense because that's kind of what we played in.
Yeah, we built those boards, and you had an actual announcer.
Right.
You can find the audio on Chowan's website.
That's true. I actually still have the whole broadcast of the CHO reunion. But this is going to be played in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Greensboro Sportsplex, where Chowan's hockey team has played before.
Yes.
So that's
only team to ever get a silver medal and never win a game.
Yeah. That was a but you wouldn't be able to tell it in our picture.
Yes, in my face, you would. In my face.
With your face. We were not good, but I mean, I think it'd been neat to see us continue to play over the years because I think we've been a different.
Well, I think it showed what you had to do to get better when we saw because we they were remember the one team that had the sweet jerseys that looked like suits.
I do remember that.
Those were some nice looking jerseys.
I think they were 13-year-old to be
something like that. They do a puck movement.
No. You know what? They did play against us.
Yeah,
that's right. Okay, yeah.
But you remember Tony almost got the shit beat out of him because he boarded a guy in an accident.
I do remember that.
And you remember who was between them?
I do not.
Me. I had one like this. I had one like this.
That was a second year.
No, we didn't go 2 years. We had 2 days. I think you're thinking we had 2 days.
I thought we had been 2 years.
No, we only went one.
We only went one time.
Yeah, and we had 2 days. So there was one day we played like 1 or 2 games.
Tony won't in the picture.
He left. I thought. I think he had to leave or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But he was there. I'm pretty sure Tony was there. If it wasn't Tony, it was Drew. Then it was Eskins.
Drew was there.
Maybe it was Eskins then. Maybe I'm sorry if I'm misplacing Tony, but I swore it was Tony.
And that sounds about right.
It may have been Drew. It may have been Eskins, and then I was still. I mean, no one's gonna want to fight that little guy.
Well, hey, we're losing viewers.
I mean, I'm pretty sure one of them.
I was gonna say we just went from 6,000 to 5.
No, it wasn't Patty. Patty didn't go. Oh, he wasn't in the picture either. So I think he left too.
Patty had to leave because he was there.
Yeah, so maybe
because he was in the Hooters picture.
So maybe. So we got to go back and look at the Hooters picture because I think Tony was at.
I got that right here.
So I'm not gonna be able to share that up there.
Yeah, but I'll tell you who was in it. That's what
I got put in the box because I had a little kid.
Wrong one.
Yeah, that's just a picture of you, Lance, with a bunch of women with tits.
Let's please explain what he just said. That was me at Hooters because they had celebrated.
Sorry, it was at Hooters. Yeah. Sorry. They all had tops on. Okay, anybody that happens to watch this.
Actually, no, maybe I don't have that picture. But
is this in your background picture? What the hell?
Is it yours? No, but I mean, it was some great memories. And
no, my background pictures of my son.
Oh, is that right? I'm sorry. Yeah. My bad.
Actually, I don't have one.
So his great. Hold on, let's read a few comments before I want to break down the game.
All right.
If you're okay with that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nope.
The team heard Ryan Greensboro with my one shot I took.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. He rang from our end of the rink, hit a slap shot. It rang the crossbar from all the way across the rink.
His greatest moment in life. I got put in the box because a little kid ran into me and fell down. That sounds right. Yeah. We're talking about Derek Huffman here, of course. But so let's break, if he's all right.
Yeah, good.
Let's break it down.
Okay.
And I know that let's try to keep an objective standpoint here. I mean, I know we're playing on the same team, but let's talk about what is what is the white team? Mike, CW, Tony, John Mitchell, Brooks Williams. What do they have to do to win this game?
Pray to God. I'm just kidding.
You said pray to God.
No, so if Mike can translate his skating from ice to inline and keep and figure out how to stop well, you know what I mean? And he might be good. I don't know. I get past Derek. That's another thing. Yeah, you gotta get past Derek. I haven't seen any of these people play in a while.
Yeah.
And John was always good at defending. But John's gonna have to chip in on some offense.
Yes.
And Tony, I'm assuming Tony feel like he had wheels. I feel like he had what I mean by wheels, he had legs.
He did.
He had good skating legs.
He was fast.
And so I mean, and both teams are gonna have to manage the one person sub well.
Right.
So it's just gonna be essentially who's tired, go off, get some water, and come back. I'm looking at you, Greg and Brooks. I'm looking at you.
Well, so John says white team wins, color team loses. Well,
that's racist, sir.
Yeah, that's the way he wrote it. But and beat. I think they can win this game easy. I do. It can be easy.
And also,
hope it's close. Yeah.
And also, apparently, I've said this to Jason once or twice. I'm assuming when I played against him, his exact words to me, my ego isn't as big before, and so I'm not going to get upset if I end up getting more rubber between my legs than an experienced prostitute. Apparently, I have said that to him once or twice before.
This cannot get out. Let me just say this, okay? Mike and John, they're going to have to connect.
Yeah.
Okay. They've played together before. They're going to have to connect like they did 12 years ago.
Yep.
When Mike played with the Bear Dogs for that one season. And that season ended like most of Mike's without a title. But
yeah, he did. That was the one time y'all lost to Billy Squires.
I swear, there's not a I can't not take that moment to say that. I
feel like you say it a lot to him.
Yeah, Mike said I scored once. Are you talking about your career, Mike, or are you talking about that game in Greensboro?
I think you scored, at least when I remember, you scored on a bank pass from me off one of them. I threw that's after I pulled my hamstring. I threw a bank pass in Greensboro. Yeah. And then you had like a breakaway goal. I think Mike may have got one from up top, and I think I got like a whiff when one line went in. Yeah. We didn't score a lot that year.
Well, and I will say, no, we didn't, but I will say this. Mike, John, Tony, they connect. They've got CW in goal. I hope Jason does great.
Yep.
This is not a lack of confidence in Jason, but it's just been some time since he's played, so it's going to be an adjustment. But CW is the key to that team.
Yep.
If CW comes out and he plays like we know he can play, going to be hard to get past him, especially with a bunch of guys out there that have not played in a long time.
True. Yeah, and I mean, if you and I haven't played together like ever, we didn't play in this. We played the one time. I mean, so you and I have got to be able to connect, incorporate Derek. I'm not too worried about Derek. Derek's just got to go, I think, 10 feet. Derek doesn't need to go past center. Derek goes from center.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know. I mean, he's going to try. He's going to try to sneak him one in there. He's coming out here not to score. I can tell you.
Apparently, bought a cup, so he's willing to.
He's going to go. Mike said something real quick. Mike said we went twice. I thought we did.
If you have pictures of it, I'd love to see.
Well, here's the thing. One time we went. Mike, I have a video of Mike singing "Come Sail Away" by Styx, and I do believe that was the second time.
Oh. I don't remember. I just remember I went once, and I can't imagine I wouldn't have gone with y'all.
Okay. You were there. I think you were there twice.
I'm pretty sure we went. I'm pretty sure we just went a second time. We went the next day, and that's what y'all are thinking.
Mate, we'll have to figure that out.
Because I don't see any other pics of like we would have been hanging out together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There would have been more pictures. I feel like. There's that one picture of us all smoking cigars. We're at
Hooters when you could still smoke in a restaurant.
Worst mistake we did before a game. The night before.
Yeah, we already were disadvantaged because we were not good.
We went and drank. We stayed up late.
Mike, that's the night that Mike was bent over and next to his bed.
In my bed. He was in my room. Yeah, we were roommates. We drew straws and I lost.
And you beat him with a pillow.
Yeah, well, it's one.
Hey, since we're talking about Mike, probably the greatest moment in finals history.
Oh my God!
It had to be 7 seconds left in the game. Mike could talk a lot of smack. I don't know if you believe this, but Mike talks a lot of smack.
Oh, really? I never knew.
Yeah, and so Mike, I don't know if it was Rayner or if it was John. I think it was John, but John smacked him up against the wall. It was nothing more than just take this, you know. And anyway, I say all that to say that Mike got up. I mean, it's over at this point. The cup is won. Mike gets up, and I don't know if he was crying. That's still debatable, but he was just kind of whimpering like a little dog, Right, that's exactly it right there. And he said, "I'm tired of getting hit."
I remember that.
And I'll never forget it. That might be the greatest moment in CHL history, and I just hope we get to see it one more time come Greensboro.
Before we get off, we go. Do you remember when your dad was running practice? He was running a practice.
He was there. Yes.
And,
I remember that.
And Mike had a dump. Mike went to go. I don't know why he was working. I don't know if we were working on dump-ins or something. And he cleared the puck and he turned perfectly. I spun him so hard into the boards. and I'm skating away, and your dad just looks at me. Your dad seriously looks at me and just goes, gives me one of these, like, good job. And then later that practice, I'm coming up the boards full speed, and I see Mike coming. Mike in his mind has got me locked and loaded to kill. I hit the brakes. He goes flying into the boards.
Might look like a TIE fighter in Star Wars. Look, you know the thing.
he hit the board so hard, though, Lance. And he goes, "Don't be a bitch, Dad." I was like, "I'm not gonna let you hit me."
Oh, you didn't take the hit? That's crazy. It'll be interesting to see. I think there's Mike hadn't chimed in. Mike John says I forgot about that saying.
I'm tired of getting hit.
Mike hadn't forgot. He hadn't said anything, but Mike hadn't forgot. Mike says, we went twice, though. I have 2 medals. You know, I was wondering where my medal went.
Oh, maybe we did go.
I guarantee you he stole it.
Yeah, that's right. Because I only have 1.
You only have 1?
Yeah.
I think I'll be honest with you. I don't know where mine is. So Mike probably has
should throw it in the trash.
I will say, Mike says, all I can say is wait till Saturday. I will say one thing, Mike.
Saturday.
Oh, that's Elton John.
I know.
Mike said one to me, or did something for me one time, really made me happy. I was at a party at Mike's house. It was Halloween, and everybody at this point is toasted. I'm still, fine.
Did you even drink?
No, I mean
probably not.
Yeah, but I had it was about 2:30, and I'm sitting there, and everybody's kind of laying around, and I'm listening to the music he's got playing. I'm like, what is this? And it was an album that I recorded. So I said, Mike, you're playing my album, dude. He's like, oh man, I love this album. I'm gonna give you a shout out there, Mike. But Mike, I will sing to you all weekend, this upcoming weekend.
In your mom's house, in your old room at your mom's house, on the wall. I have no idea what Stephanie means.
Stephanie's telling Derek where his medal is.
Are they not next to each other?
Evidently not.
LJ had sweet tea. That was definitely up here. That was up here.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But great time coming up. I think you've done a great job with the teams, Dan. I just want to say, I know this is your show. You close out, but I just want to say before we go,
all right,
great job. Great, thanks for having me.
Oh,
first off,
well, next time I get you on this. Well, hopefully it'll be hockey season or football season, and we can talk some shit about maybe fantasy football or something. We get you a little bit. So,
hey, real quick, I want to say something too.
This is sponsored by Farm Bureau.
Capitals. What a fantastic season you guys had.
Thank you.
Unbelievable season. I watched episode 24. Actually watched it again on the way here today. And you were talking about how this one guy said, when do the Capitals, I don't remember if it was your brother or who, but he said, when did the Capitals go into the playoffs hot? And you said, he said, do the Capitals ever go into the playoffs hot? And you said, not normally.
Yeah.
At least you're going to the playoffs, yeah. Okay? Because Mike and my team, the Canes, we haven't been to the playoffs in 9 years. And I don't know if it's going to improve this year, but.
I mean, well, you got rid of Hannafin and what else did you get rid of? Hannafin and who else?
Hannafin, and we also got rid of
Lindholm.
Lindholm, yes.
Okay.
They went to Calgary.
So minus those, but I don't mean to rub the salt in the wound a little bit, but the last time that y'all missed the playoff, the first time, so 9 years ago, with the last year, was we had to beat y'all the last game of the season to get in. And Ovi hit a spinorama slap shot on Cam Ward.
Let me tell you something. Alexander Ovechkin, I watched him play live this season, 2 games in a row. We played Washington at home, literally 2 games in a row. That was strange. In both games, we were up 2-1, 3-1, and he took over. I've never seen a player in my life take over like he does in hockey. And he's going to go down as one of the great. Now that he's won a cup, maybe he's definitely in my opinion, the guy's top 3 all time.
All time.
So,
if that's bold though. So I'm not trying to toot my horn because I think he's in the top 5 maybe. But that means you go Gretzky.
Yeah.
Who's the 2?
I mean
Lemieux.
Maybe, but
and then you're saying him 3.
At the very worst, I mean it. The guy's won a cup.
You wouldn't put Crosby over him.
I know I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't. I've seen Crosby play. I've never seen anybody take control of a game like Alexander Ovechkin. Yeah, that guy just takes over. And it is, and hockey's being such a team sport. You watch LeBron James, you got 5 people out there. It's very possible for a guy to just take over.
Yes.
In basketball. In hockey, you don't see that as much.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexander Ovechkin takes over when he wants to. And it's unreal. I've not seen anything like it. And they won both games against us. Of course, not that hard to do.
Well, I mean, I went to the one at the end of the year when we were going to go for Mike's birthday, but he didn't want to do anything because he wanted to be a loner and be by himself for his birthday this year.
That's about right.
We lost that game against Carolina.
Oh, against Carolina at the end of this season?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
not that the very end, but it was like 7 games left, maybe 10 games left. In the
of course,
game.
we were, everybody was. I mean, y'all knew we were gonna make the playoffs, So I mean, but and look where y'all got. I mean, the guy can take. I mean, whether he just won his first cup or not, I don't care. He is definitely my top 3 all time.
Well, I think it's time to go. I know you got to get out of here eventually, pretty soon.
Yeah, I got to head to DC.
I wasn't going to tell people where you're going.
I'm going to head to Philadelphia.
There might be some people listening that you don't want to know where you are.
That very fine point. Yeah. I apologize. Very good point.
I'm just looking out for you.
Thank
but
you
thanks for everybody watching. See you all. If I don't see you, I'm not gonna see you. I'll see you Thursday.
See you Thursday.
Yep. And then I'll see hopefully the rest of y'all. John will not be there for the family skate. I think is what he told me.
So he'll be there Saturday.
He will be there Friday night. So
okay,
about 8 o'clock.
Cool,
so
that'd be great.
So we'll get to see John and family.
Great.
And then just be ready, Mike. Be ready to die because that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna bury you underneath the rink.
Mike, this may be the worst weekend of your life.
Literally. Love you guys. It's Benner Knows Best. We're out.